What is up, guys? It's been a while here. It is coming. Okay. From the tea leaves of the news, it seems like it is coming. We shall talk about that more. Pause. Coming up here in just a second. As always, cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting, so we binge on that Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing.
Q affiliate DCENT Wallet right now. Your crypto deserves the best protection. So why settle for less? DCENT Crypto Wallet isn't just another wallet. It's safe, secure, easy to use, and supports your favorite cryptocurrencies all at the touch of a button. And now with my exclusive link, you'll save $30 on your new wallet. Better security, smarter investing, $30 in your pocket. Click on the link now and secure your better security today. What is up, guys? It's been a while here. Yeah, we've seen the Patreon people. Shout out to patrons. You definitely make the show work. You make the show go. Shout out to the Patreon if you guys are interested in the Patreon. Links are in the description. It's been a while since we did a live, but we're here. We're here today. And the way I see the tea leaves going, it seems like it's going to be a nice November. I know Uptober was Dumptober out here, right? It was kind of disappointing. And now we've had the whole 100% tariffs on China type of thing, the government shutdown type of thing, and things are all, shout out to Coach Greg Adams, doom and gloom around here, right? But if you look at the charts and some other news that has been going on, it looks like November might be Upvember. Dare I say Upvember, right? Hey, let's see, man. I can see a lot of regulars in the house. What's up, Jose De La Torre? What's up, Walk with the Pride? What's up, JSK? Reposting the stream. What's up, Onyotoski? Onyotsky? What's up, C Shibu? What's up, Yazi Yair Bay in the house? Let's go. Hey, we're in here, guys. We're in here. So let me go ahead and share the screen here. Let me know if my sound is good. Let's see, which one do we want to start with here? What's up, Les Square in the house? Let's see. Share screen. Where do we want to start here first? Well, let's start with this, okay? So here come the banks. So with all of this sad news here going on, we see that Citi and Coinbase are getting together. Hey, we're collaborating with Citi to build the future of payments, exploring making it easier for Citi clients to use digital assets, unlocking the power of stablecoins for payments, improving on and off ramps. Okay, so that's going on right now. And a bit of news that I told you guys before, we've explored this. Canary Capital to launch first US ETFs tracking Litecoin and HBAR on NASDAQ on Tuesday, which is today. And you can see that HBAR's price responded. It moved from like the 17 to 18%, the 17 to 18 cents it was at, went all the way up to 22 and it's chilling here at around 19-ish, right? So expect HBAR to go up only from here. Well, maybe not only, but you know, looking at the RSIs here, it might be a little bit of a pullback, but expect from them to start going up from here, right? Shout out to the Patreon again, looking at some of these charts, talking about things in our Patreon exclusive chat room is some of the things we do. We also have an exclusive show on Thursdays with Crypto Future and Maximus Crypto, and an open mic night. Which this open mic night we talked about the NBA and their scandal, along with some crypto things. If we want to get into the NBA stuff here on a live show, maybe we get into that later on tonight, but we'll see. Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, H bar here with its first US ETF. Okay. They listed it as first US ETF because they do have others around the world. So, but here's something that could be a possible whopper if this actually happens, which is from Launcher Guru, White House advisor Hazlitt says government shutdown likely to end sometime this week. Okay, so is that possible? Could it end? I know there's been a whole bunch of drama, to say the least, online where people are talking about they'll go into Walmarts and take food and all this type of stuff. Man, I really do hope it ends this week, because I know I really don't want things to get crazy. You know, I really hope for people that things don't get too crazy, but we'll see. We'll see. And I honestly don't understand how this works, because didn't the Republicans get the House and the Senate and the presidency? So I don't understand how they got it, but then somehow the government is still shut down. Like, shouldn't they be like, if they won the majority, shouldn't they have the majority to just pass whatever they want? I don't understand. So, I hope that government shutdown ends here, so people can get paid and things like that, So we'll see what happens there. If we want to dig deeper into this, we can as well. But yeah, likely over this week. Hopefully that is true. We shall see. Well, let's see here. Again, some other pieces of news here. Shout out to Aphelion, who follows me. I thought this was pretty big, that and apparently this is on Instagram. We're not gonna actually play it, but to see, or TikTok, I should say. Apparently, Coach JV sharing a guy who shared something on Zebec. If you guys are not familiar with Coach JV and the 3T Warrior Academy, these guys are big XRP guys. So to see big XRP guys with a huge show, a huge platform, talk about Zebec, that's very huge. Apparently the word is getting out. We shall see here. Shout out to Coach JV. I really like what they do over there on that platform. Shout out to Abs. I really like what they do over there at 3T Warrior Academy. They put on a good show over there. So, and they share information and stuff like that. I like what they do over there. What's up, Crypto Clay? But here we are, another piece of news that I'd like to share here. Another government shutdown piece of news here, in that they postponed the XRP ETFs, which are postponed to November. So if this is postponed, because I saw some conflicting information about this, I heard that, they passed because they didn't vote on them, so it's passed. But then I saw, like, that piece of information we just saw there, they were postponed. If you look at XRP, right now, it's come all the way back from around 217 all the way back up to 262 after a vicious drop. It was lower than this. Like, they periodically move these things up, I think, because I think it was around like 160 something, where it dropped down to. So if it can get back up to the 3 area here, again, we talk about kind of some of these things like the moon cycles and the Patreon here. But if you look here on the weekly chart, it's been down here and it's been down here for a while on the stochastic RSI. So they've been pushing this thing and pushing this thing and pushing this thing. Know who else has been down here for a while? ZBCN. And it kind of passed this area. It dipped out of this bullish triangle that was in, like, they've been kind of prolonging this oversold on the stochastic on the weekly chart. If they can just get anything, right? Maybe that pushes us up on this weekly chart as far as ZBCN, as far as XRP is concerned. Here, let me move my phone out of the way. Seems to be distorting my mic a little bit there. My apologies. And as always, guys, definitely put your comments over in the chat and we'll get to them. So let's go to the next piece of news here. And that we'll go to the biggest piece of news, which will be people are saying that the U.S. and China apparently came to a trade consensus. The 100% tariff threat is over for now. Supposedly, there's something that may be signed on or by November 1st. So if that is true, a couple different sources here, Geiger Capital, China and U.S. reached trade consensus, Trump and Xi to finalize negotiations. If this is true, then maybe we get a pop back up here. Shout out to the guys on BTCC. There's a link in the description for that and a link over on the right hand side here, the QR code on the right top hand side. So if this gets signed by November 1st, maybe we see a pop in the market, and this would be a perfect time to take advantage of futures trading, which we also talk about in the Patreon, perpetual futures trades. So if you guys want to try to possibly take advantage of a quick move in the market, definitely get a BTCC account. Again, links are in the description. On the top right hand corner, you also have the QR code. Again, they give you free USDT if you sign up. So let's continue. So I'm really enthused about if this can actually be done here. Again, here's another source, Dave's Multiverse, SPX 6900. 100% tariffs on China are canceled and not rolled forward per Secretary Besant, pending Trump signing the deal with the Chinese Prime Minister on November 1st, 2025. We all win. That would be very interesting and very awesome if that is signed, okay? So we really need to be prepared, because if it does get signed, the market's going to pop. If it also gets signed, that might be a good idea too, that if the government shutdown ends, if all this stuff ends like around or towards the 1st, we probably see a pop in the market, guys. So that's why I'm saying, hey, we really want to be prepared to be ready for this stuff. And hey, you know, futures, perpetual futures trading is one of the ways to do that. You know, tons of different ways to do that, but we want to get prepared here so we're on top of the market. Now, Zebec here, some little Zebec news. Payroll is coming on chain in more ways. Through our partnership with Uphold Inc., users in the U.S. will earn 6% crypto back when settling up direct deposit rewards in ZBCN, and partners XRP and WMT, so World Mobile Token. So if you plan to do direct deposit, you could do it through Uphold and get some money back. So you might want to do that. Maybe something you can look into. This also goes into some things that Jesse Apex from Apex Crypto Consulting said on an exclusive live stream with me, Max, and Crypto Future, how they need XRP to be decentralized. They need to get it in our hands. They need to get it in retail's hands. So if you just direct deposit, you just get free, quote unquote, XRP in this like kind of cash back type of reward, like a kind of gas card type of deal. You know what I mean? Like where you put money on a gas card and they give you a little bit off your gas. This is kind of like that same type of concept. So, you know, you put money on there, probably would have been money that you were going to put in crypto anyway, and you get 6% just for doing that, right? So, very, very cool right there. And also, I think tomorrow, let's look at that here. I think tomorrow they have a Spaces coming up. Got my guy, Ben White. Love to hear Ben White on a call. Zebec post-conference recap and roadmap from London to Frankfurt to San Francisco. Our CEO, Simon Babakani, joins Hello Ben White for an in-depth discussion on key takeaways from recent institutional events. Institutional events, guys, gotta love that. Simon's made the rounds. He's he did the whole thing with the BTCC at Cybos. You know, there was the whole thing where Fireblocks, I think it was, purchased a lot of Zebec. What they mean for digital assets and Zebec's next phase of growth. Don't miss it. So they keep us in the news. I love that. I love that so much. So be prepared for that. That's coming, and we'll review it as we do with every Spaces. I'll try to. I will review that. I definitely will review that. So definitely tune in. We will definitely review it here. So that's some big news coming up as well. And let's see here. Let's check into our chats really quickly here. And by the way, guys, definitely like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're like a stone's throw away from 8,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 7,970 something right now. Let me go check on it here. 7,980. So 20 away here. And definitely check out. We did a couple pre-recorded shows in the last couple of days. One on Stronghold. Stronghold is really, really, really high on my list. Why? This crypto date changes everything. We had that with Maximus Crypto collaboration there. And let's see here, starting from the top. What's up, Ruel? Go ZBCN. What's up, Jose De La Torre? C Shibu 2024. What up, all? Walk with pride. We kick the tires and light the fires. Let's go. Let's go over here. Let's go. Walk with the pride. What's up, JSK? Retweeting there. This has been a topsy-turvy cycle, man. I hope November is a good one. And again, kind of look at what Trump did. Even like just going back to where the Trump presidency kind of started. We were at 50 cent XRP. That what? Quadrupled? 5x from 50 to over 250, even, up to the 360 area, where some say this is kind of like an all-time high for XRP. And you can see here again on the weekly, it's just itching to hit that next breakout point. When that's going to come, right? As far as the stochastic is concerned on a weekly, anybody's guess can be, because it seems like they've just been holding it off and holding it off and holding it off. Even though that drop of Dumptober seemed pretty bad, but we're still, we're at 260. Like that's still kind of where we were in September. It's not even, you know what I mean? It's not too far off from, well, I guess if you look at that. it would be more accurate to say that's where we're at in July. I mean, it's still not that big of a deal, right? That's where we were 5 months ago, and we're climbing at this point in time. So even with the dump, it's really not that bad considering, right? And when you look at it in that type of lens, that still since the Trump presidency, we're up 5x or more, 6x or more, 7x or more. When you take into account things like XRP, when you take into account things like H bar, where it was sitting at 4 cents, it's at like 19. So another 5x there. We're still looking pretty good, especially when you think of these as really, really long-term asset blue chip type of things. We're doing pretty good. If we go up 5x every year, we're gonna be sitting real pretty as investors, right? real pretty as investors if you talk about a 5x every year. But I definitely think it has more in that, especially considering that ISO 20022 is going to be the new standard for banking. We saw that. Definitely check out my shorts in which we saw a governor, a board of governor director at the Federal Reserve, who was like just like gaga about crypto, gaga about fintechs. This is not your like Biden administration crypto market, right? And this is not saying, this is not picking a side. This is not a political show. I'm just saying there is a difference, right? This is actually things like the Federal Reserve fully embracing fintechs, fully embracing payments, fully embracing instant payments via blockchain and distributed ledger technology, i.e. ISO 20022 coins. If you want to make that distinction and not call that crypto and call it blockchain and distributed ledger technology, then let's make that distinction, and it's their time. It is their time, right? This is not this is not the Biden administration crypto market, right? So gotta love that. What's up, Yazid in the house? Let's go. Let's Square in the house. New Jersey in the house. Loyal patron in the house. Appreciate you, brother. Movember. I love it, bro. Movember. Okay. Walk with the Pride just coined Movember. Coming soon. I like that, brother. I'm going to have to put that on the thumbnail, bro. Movember. Let's go. Star that comment, bro. I finally catch one of your lives, Rue. I appreciate it. Rue Crew in the house. Again, Lay Square, loyal patron in the house. Crypto is down. But hey, it's down-ish, right? Because when you talk about the dip, the Dumptober, it's up from Dumptober. It's down from the dump, right? So you gotta quantify that a little bit, right? What's up, Jason Heber? Does Zebec fit in with the 402? I'm not sure what you mean by that. What's good, brother? What's up, Captain? Captain Zach ZBCN. What's going on, brother? ZBCNer in the house. What timing to be in the scandalous situation with the start of crypto in the sports arena. That's true, right? Because Zebec does deal with sports betting, possibly. We shall see how that goes, right? But I think, if anything, it's like clearing the way, right? Some people say like the NBA might have been, they might have been doing this the whole way, and let's quantify that as well too, right? The minute that the NBA kind of let all of these sports bettors, the DraftKings and the FanDuels and the Prize Picks, the minute they allowed them to kind of be a part of the NBA, to advertise with the NBA, you kind of put yourself in a position where it's like you're tied to at the hip, right? But again, this bodes well for Zebec in the long run because Zebec can outdo all of them in that they're instant payment. They can be used around the world. It's no like conversion, right? You can pick any fiat you want, any stable coin you want attached to a fiat. Somebody in New Zealand could be betting, and they don't have to like worry about, oh, is it available in my area or whatever like that. It's ISO 20022, so it can be global. Zebec blows all of them out of the water, right? Again, but they just have to test it. So honestly, in a way, it could pave the way for Zebec in that, oh, like really let's put it over here now instead of having it with these DraftKings and all of this other stuff. It's actually a pretty good thing for Zebec, to be honest, because now there are clouds on these existing systems, and Zebec can come in and say, hey, what about us? Look at us. We do it, and we do it without fees, and we do it better and bigger and on a bigger stage, more global. So really, it kind of frees the way for them a little bit. Swiftcoin Hoarder, they need 5 dim votes. Okay, got it. So although Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, they still need 5 Democratic votes. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. So the Democrats are, if you want to have that conversation, they're holding it up for their own people, to be honest with you, because the people that are going to be hurt by this the most are, like always, right, the poor and the middle class, right? Want to stop in and say hello, Rue. I wish you the best. Thank you, Beebs. Appreciate it. What's up, Dreamer? Another loyal patron in the house. Crypto Clay, yo, what up, family? What is up, Clay? Show me a 5-cent Zebec and I'll ride off into the sunset. 100% same here. Definitely a drop to 180 when I caught the dip. And you're lucky if you caught that dip, come on, March, because some exchanges weren't letting people in. They couldn't do trades. Working on 500,000 Zebec. Appreciate it. Silver for now. Ruel, what do you know about the Zebec point of sale tech unveilings? Well, they've had point of sale for quite a while. I don't know what they're going to do with the unveilings that they're going to do right now. We'll see. I know Zebec has contacted some people in the community as far as like ZBCN man and things like this. And they posted it. ZBCN man posted it. So it seems like they say that there's some big news coming up, right? What they told us about Giannis doing 10 steps. That's funny. In the NBA, I swear people can take like 3 steps now. It's like it was supposed to be a Euro step or a half step, 2.5 steps, 2.5 Euro steps. They just straight up just take 3 steps now. It's no like they just take 3 steps now. But they call that 3-step, that 3rd step, like so much stuff. Euro step is the continuation or whatever. It's you got 3 steps now. Let's see here. Let me bring up ZBCN, man. Shout out to him, by the way. We got so many good people in the ZBCN community, and it continues to grow and grow and grow. Our community reminds me of much of how people say early the XRP community was, right? And I hope once ZBCN takes off, our channels and things take off like that as well, right? Because That would be very, very nice. Hey, ZBCN fam, got some huge news to get to you. And by the way, he's doing some type of thing where he's like gonna do some type of giveaway when he gets to 10K subs. Your boy is over here trying to get to 10K subs as well. So definitely like and subscribe to me on X if you haven't already. I'm at Blackrue both on YouTube and on X. So definitely do that. But here he has some huge news to get you pumped for what's coming for the major community. Zebec alongside Simon Babakani are playing a community event for all of us. Spoke with Sam Tapalia, and he told us he has been speaking with the team. Let's get pumped, fam. Okay. ZBCN ISO 222. Gotta believe, if you take him at his word, this is Sam, and there's nothing going on here with whatchamacallit. Just gotta say that. I don't. He hasn't shown anything in the community where he's not against his word, or what he's showing us is not true. But again, just have to give a little disclaimer, right? Hey man, your presence in the community is much appreciated. Absolutely love everything you and the rest of the community does. Let's get this event going, bro. For the event, I've asked Simon and JJ. They are planning something, and he says, "Sweet, take care, man." ZBCN, there we go. So very, very quick conversation there between Sam and ZBCN, man. It's cool. That's very, very cool. So yeah, let's see if something materializes from this. You never know, right? But hey, that's something. That's something, right? You need to put that. What's up, Pizarro? You need to put that video. You need to see the video that put out. The dangers of AI is very real, and they have found a solution. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Our guy, Underdog Research channel in the house. Just checking in with the Crypto King. Appreciate it, brother. Blackrue Investing. Definitely check out our brother Underdog Research channel. Let me go ahead and pull up my channel. So definitely like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. You can see here we're just dangerously close to 8,000 right there. You can see here, last two shows me and Max did here, the ZBCN spaces. But if you go down, you see we have a Zebec playlist, an XPR playlist, a Swift playlist. If you mosey on down to the bottom, you see Underdog Research channel as a feature channel of mine. Here, definitely check him out. He came on our show and did a Plume live stream, which was like the most alpha ever dropped in a live stream ever, bro, between he and I here. Definitely check that out. Like, it was crazy though. One day it's like I saw that the RPMs of this was like higher than the video next to it, even though it had like 1,300 more viewers than the show next to it. So I don't know if you can believe these numbers of 905 viewers or not. I don't know. I can't say. But I'm telling you right now, this video has more alpha on Plume. Like, it's criminally underviewed right now at 905, if that's the actual view number, right? So criminally underviewed show right there. And definitely go over to our brother Underdog Research's channel to get more Plume information. And I think I'll be covering some more Plume stuff eventually. But Underdog Research channel has laid it out for you guys. So definitely go over there and check it out if you haven't already. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother, for coming through. You know it. Appreciate it. One of my best friends in the space. Dave Jr., what's up? What's up, brother, man? What's going on? Royal Crew, check out the coin towel. There we go. Yes, indeed. Got to remember this, a crypto family friendly administration It's only going to get better as time goes, and then it's going to have its bumps along the way. But see, that's the thing there. Star this comment right here. It's a crypto-friendly administration. It's only going to get better. The laws are just going to make things clearer and clearer. More and more institutions are going to get in. I just showed you there. What did we just show? Like, oh, I didn't even get you this one here, where Smoke showed that Valor. Shout out to Smoke Dog in the space. Smoke, some of the best research out there. Definitely throw this man a subscription if you haven't already. I need to subscribe to Smoke as well. Use so much of his research. Thank you, Smoke, for all that you do for the community, man, and putting this stuff out. Valor physical staking ETPs with XRP and XDC. More regulated passive income opportunities with ISO 20022 compliant tokens. So you see here, they're big companies, big hedge funds are putting more and more and more of this stuff away. There's also a SPAC that's coming for XRP. Shout out to the patrons. I told you guys about that this morning. We'll keep that Patreon level. If you guys want to know about that, definitely sign up for the Patreon. But yeah, ZBCN. What's up, Pino? Q in the house. ZBCN, XPR, Proton. Crypto Pete, what's up? Not bothering with H-Bar. I'm only loading up on the Kang. XRP and the newbies Zebec. Hey, man, I understand that. If you want to have your portfolio streamlined and you want to pick 2 or 3 to focus on, I understand that completely. I'm a little bit more diverse in mine, but I can understand that as well as the way that you're tackling it there. Yes, an XPR. Yes, indeed. You got the Royal Purple. What's up, Sinke, Zebec. Let's go. I bought another million Zebec today. Took almost half my paycheck. Almost. There we go. Ben Chambliss. Appreciate you, brother. What will be the price prediction for XPR and Proton and ZBCN February 2026, please? Ooh, not financial advice, of course. Okay, Zebec, if we really get this sports betting thing, regardless of what's going on in the NBA, I don't think this is definitely not gonna stop sports betting. Sports betting is here. Like, I should show you guys Anton Daniels. I don't know if I would get flagged if I showed it, but he was basically talking about he has like season tickets to the Pistons where he's like nearly courtside. Shout out to him. He's another Detroit guy. You know, 1 million subscribers on his channel. He's really tapped in. Bro described being like, he said when he's courtside, dudes have 2 phones where they're just sports betting. They're sports betting on 2 phones at the game. At the game, right? So imagine, right? If this is what people like, and he's not in the cheap seats. He's definitely down on the floor where like people with money, disposable income are at, right? So imagine if that's what's going on, and this is the industry that Zebec is getting into. It won't matter what's going on with the NBA right now. It really won't. People will just like, oh, okay, well, they caught the ones that was cheating. Moving on, right? And Terry Rozier, this is like Terry Rozier's second time. So there's that, right? But yeah, so if this sports betting is a thing for Zebec, right? And they have the possibility to be the next FanDuel along with the kind of conduit to the interledger protocol. 20 cents by February 2026, right? Especially when people reorganize their portfolios in December and they start deploying money in January. 20 cents could be a possibility for February 2026, right? For Proton, 30 cents, 33 cents. Again, lots of light about Proton. Shout out to Moonfeather, by the way. another channel I should share. She does astrology. But we were talking about some stuff today, which I'm probably gonna have to do a show on. I don't know if the show will be on here or if the show will be on in the Patreon. But apparently, the Pope, shout out to Moonfeather over here. Apparently, the Pope named his horse Proton, right? I don't know what they're trying to symbolize with that, because I know I also saw that somewhere on X or Twitter. So, shout out to Moonfeather for that advice or for that information. I was talking to her about that today. Maybe they're signaling Proton is the one, right? It's very interesting that the Pope named his horse Proton of all things, right? XPR. So very, very interesting there. Love you, Rue. Appreciate it, Pinot Q. Hey, send all the well wishes here. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to have the channel. It's a blessing to have you guys watch, and it's a blessing to get well wishes and love, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate it. What's up, Ben Chambliss? They said BTC will crash on 10/31/2025. Well, they say a lot of stuff, right? And shout out to Extra VOD. Bro was saying that there's going to be a crash, there's going to be a crash, there's going to be a crash. And he called it, bro. He really did call it. You know, he really called it. He called the crash before anybody. Nobody else was talking crash. He was the only person talking crash during October. So shout out to Extra Bot. He did call it. XPR, Proton, and ZBCN, conservative target. Oh, yep, we got that one. I caught Plume on a dip, 44%. Phantom beat out there, scooping and sweeping the floor on the great cryptos out here. Nice play, Phantom beat. Crypto P EU or AU. AU guys out there in Australia, maybe, right? Hopefully. 5K Zebec or 500,000 Zebec is a good start. That'll be worth so much cash, 100%. Imagine staking 500K Zebec when it comes to 5 cents. Exactly. That's another way to look at it too, right? I got a certain portion of Zebec that I'm staking, and it's just going to always stake, right? See here. Smile from Go Eat Whole bag of Oh, you tried to get me, Mike. You tried to get me, bro. Yeah, I did finish it. I didn't finish it. I'm not gonna do that. But you almost got me, bro. I almost read the whole thing like what's my man's name? The bartender from The Simpsons, Mo, where Mo Sislak's like Bart calls him, and he's like, and he'll say something. You almost got me, bro. You almost got me there, brother. Appreciate you being in the house, bro. What's the best hardware wallet to stake? Zebec. Well, DCENT Wallet is the best wallet to hold Zebec. I don't know that there's any hardware wallet that you can stake it on at the moment. But with a Phantom wallet, you can stake it, and that's a hot wallet at the moment. What up, bro? Appreciate you being in the house. What's up, E? Mr. Baby Ears. Mr. Baby Ears. Rue. So ready for it. What's good, fam? And check out the last Zebec Spaces. E went up to talk. He has that smooth, silky, like a smoky Morgan Freeman voice out here. You should be doing some audiobooks, E. Why is it not showing the nicknames? I don't know. That's a good question. It is kind of it's kind of weird. Please also do videos for XPR Proton. I need to do more XPR Proton videos because somebody was like, man, you don't do any XPR Proton videos. And I was going to say something back to him, and I was like, you know what? Just because you said that means I need to do more because I definitely, as you can see, I have a playlist for them, right? But I guess I'm not getting them out. I'm definitely not getting them out enough, right? If we go to home here, I need to do more XPR videos. And see even the XPR videos that I just did, they're not on my playlist. I need to add them to my playlist. So I did one 2 weeks ago, and I did one. Yeah, so yeah, I need to do more. I just need to do more of them. Zebec makes it so easy because they're always pumping out information, but Metallicus does too. So I really need to do more of those videos. You're right. I'll make a sincere effort to do that because I appreciate you guys letting me know. And hey, you're letting me know, and there's an opportunity there, and I'm missing it. So I'm going to get on it. X42, and it's interesting too because 42, the secret to life and all of that. And, if you ever saw Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and, there's so much with the number 42. Of course, that's another 6. ISO 20022. That's 3 2s. 3 2s add up to 6. There's so much there, right? X402 is a blockchain payment protocol that enables AI apps and robots to automatically send and receive money. I know Zebec shows AI payments on their X, so seeing if that has any connection. So it's interesting. Things with this whole 402, the whole 6 or an X or an X and 6, there are definitely things that should be tracked and monitored, right? I haven't heard Zebec say anything specifically about it yet, but now that you put that on my radar, I'm definitely going to take a picture of it and look into it for the future. Thank you for that. The Root Crew always shares information. I appreciate that, guys. What it do, Blackrue? Let's go. Need to get that on a shirt for sure. 100 watching. Hit the likes. Definitely hit the likes and subscribes, guys. We're just a stone's throw away from, like I said, 8,000. What's up, Dr. Denver in the house? What's up, Denver? Boost those likes. Pino Q, Blackrue is love. Appreciate it. Google also shows Zebec uses X402. Okay, definitely have to look that up. Put that in yeah, definitely have to look that up. Zebec heavy hitter 609. What up, Zebec fam? Plume Network, let's go. From Hiro Tamani. E sharing Underdog Research channels link. Thank you for that, brother. Swiftcoin Hoarder. Rue, I saw those videos on SwiftC. Boy, you got me excited on my SwiftC bags. I got a big grin on my face now. I be holding like a tick on dog. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Thanks for watching those Swift videos. It's like my Swift videos are so freaking good, but they don't do the numbers that Zebec and Metallicus do. But they're very, very good videos. Underdog Research channel is on them. Shook Focus Digital is on some of them. Maxer is on some of them. I'm telling you, like, guys, really missing out if you're not investing in SwiftC. Small 10 billion supply. All of that supply has already been released into the wild, so there's no worry about people dumping on you. Connections to every different blockchain. Definitely, I think it's going to be paramount for BRICS Pay, for BRICS Pay, both on the public side and the private side. I definitely think Swift blockchain is going to connect the BRICS world, to XRP. We also have and know that Swift blockchain is connected into Baidu, Alibaba, and WeChat. By the way, Tim Draper, who's an investor in Swift blockchain through his Draper Dragons company, his Draper Dragons investment firm, he's also an investor in Baidu. Okay? And Baidu is one of the big public companies that has a connection into BRICS Pay. So the writing's on the wall there for Swift blockchain. Okay? The writing is definitely on the wall there. Thank you for sharing Shook Focus Digital's link as well. Appreciate you, brother. What's up, Terry Bunn in the house? Hey, Rue, let's freaking go. ZBCN. Salute. Zebec Heavy Hitters 609. Thank you for sharing the Crypto Crossroads show. Let's go. Arcade fan, where do you see Zebec 4 years from now? Definitely over $1. Like I don't even know where the $2. Oh, could it be where XRP is right now? Could it be at $2.64, $3? Right? I could definitely see that. Like, quantify this, right? Sports betting. It's like FanDuel and DraftKings plus, right? And those are like $20 stocks. I don't know necessarily the tokenomics, quote unquote, of their stocks, of like how much is circulating as far as, stock supply. But imagine also that Zebec gets its own like ETF, right? Fireblocks got all of this Zebec. Could it be put into an ETF pretty soon? We shall see. A lot of people are saying that Binance is scooping up a lot of Zebec tokens. We already know that Binance is a investor in Zebec. They're a partner of Zebec, right? So, yeah, 4 years from now, I definitely see Zebec doing some big things out here. Over $1. How far over $1? We shall see. Thank you for sharing Black Tiger Miner. Thank you for also sharing Anton Daniels. What's up, Delta Ghost Zero, Stellar, and Zebec? Reinstate Pete Rose. I thought they did that already after he died. I think they did that already. I think they reinstated him and issued him into the Hall of Fame after his death. 1 million SHX or 3 million Zebec? Ooh, that's a tough question. Shano Crypto. Oh, man. See, I never liked the either or, because what if one runs before the other one? So I'd rather cut that in half. So I'd say 500,000 SHX and then 1.5 million Zebec. So that way, if one runs before the other one, I at least got half of each. That's me personally. Just me personally. Not financial advice, but that's what I do. Proton is the dark horse. XPR or XRP, XLM, XDC, and Zebec. Everything else is trash, according to Delta Ghost Zero. Love your content, Rue. May God bless you a lot for helping your community. Appreciate it, Pinot Cute. Yep. Very much appreciated there. LOL. Mike almost got me out here. I was wondering about the same thing about the nicknames. Just thought it was just me. Yeah, I was wondering that too. And it's showing the ads and all of that. I have no idea. Maybe it's some setting I messed with on StreamYard. Yes, sir. Please make more videos about Proton. A lot of people are staking. Soon it'll be 7 billion. What's up, Trini for life? You don't have 7 billion, Zebec. You can't even write properly. Wait, what? You don't have 7 billion, Zebec. You can't even write properly. I'm not sure what you mean by that. This is the long crypto walk. Stay above 100K tokens or else. What's up, Phantom Beat there? On FIFA World Cup trophy, there's a proton symbol. Trump said it in a meeting that this coin will reach $5 billion in market cap minimum. And if we just go over here to market cap of a, and we see what they look like at 5 billion. Let's do XPR. Proton. Boom, 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 boom. And we do with the market cap of CAS, okay, which is almost 5 billion if you do CAS's all-time high. That would put it at 17 cents, 18 cents, right? It's 36, almost 37, very close to 37x from here. And again, we know market cap is not a 100% predictor. Like, it's not like 5 billion is totally in there. There's a little bit of a multiplier and whatnot. On XRP, the multiplier has been up to like 40 or even more than 40x of what money is actually flowing through it at that time. But think about XPR as far as like what it can do for loans. All the different credit unions is going to connect. I can definitely see it with 10 billion market cap in it. And at that point, we get to our 33% or our 33-cent price prediction, right? What's good, Root Crew? What's up, Mike Main in the house? Jackpot J.O., what it do, Root Crew? What's up, Boosie? See, Elon Musk is trying to get me out here too. I'm not gonna say this one. I'm not gonna say this one. We gonna keep going. Phantom Beat, which coin are you talking about? What's up, Benjamin Awaken? Patreon in the house. What's up, Recruit? Hope you're all stacking XLR. And it's 18 cents is going to be big plus. The supply is way less than any other ISO coin. Yep, I'm staking some XLR, which I'm not gonna get rid of. I just get those nice juicy rewards every time. ZBCN, Swift, SHX, and Telcoin. Let's go. A lot of great things happening for Solana, which trickles down to Zebec. Circle, yeah. So the first Solana ETF also went live not too long ago. So they said. I thought there was already one, but someone said the first Solana one went live too. 369 watchers, love that. Jetpack JL, a lot of great. Yep, shout out to Jetpack. Let's bring his thing up as well. A lot of great things happening for Solana, which trickles down to Zebec. Circle with Arc launch and new bank acquisition is also great for Zebec. Oh man, I hope you have a post on that, brother. That'd be awesome. Let's go ahead and go over here and share your stuff, bro. Jetpack. Let's go. Definitely a great follow here on Twitter. Alchemist researcher, content composer, and heir to the kingdom of heaven. Let's go. All liberties and rights reserved. The Terra. Remember the Terra. Let's go. Okay, there we go. The X402 system ecosystem on Solana. Let me share that one. So according to this post that our brother Jetpack has here, he shows some coins on here. I can't see them all. There's Opus, Zara, Brew, Dreams, and some others. We'll have to definitely check those out here. And according to someone in the chat, that Zebec is also on this list. Western Union is launching a USD-backed stablecoin, USDPT, on Solana, issued by Anchorage Digital. It always seems that Anchorage Digital is in the middle of something, man. That's very, very interesting there. Okay. Okay, so let's continue on here. Rue Underdog Shook. And Maximus, the Four Horsemen. I love it. The crypto Four Horsemen out here, bro. Oh man, I love the Four Horsemen. The old school ones and the new school ones. Just Arn Anderson over here with the four. And of course, we know that has really big biblical implications, right? The Four Horsemen and all of that. These people, they know what's up, bro. They talking about alchemy with Jetpack here. These people are alchemists. They know what's up. They know what's up. And of course, remember that whole Michael Saylor post on Forbes where they call Michael Saylor the Bitcoin alchemist, right? On the front cover of Forbes, they called him Bitcoin alchemist, right? For all you people who think that whole alchemy and all of that stuff is bullcrap, on the front cover of Forbes, they called this man the Bitcoin alchemist. Crazy stuff there, right? Benjamin Awakens, Zebec will be double digits 40 years from now. Better keep it or Moonbag. It'll be triple digits 4 years from now. I honestly have zero question about that. Again, with the buybacks and everything, you gotta account for the buybacks. With the buybacks and the betting and all the different stablecoin traffic, the Zebec cards, you got to believe in 4 years from now, this will be triple digits. Like there's like almost no question in my head that they'd be triple digits for 4 years from now. Proton price after 4 years. I can also see them being triple digits, as in like $1 plus 4 years from now. And the reason I say that too is when you look at their staking on their own platform, they do not give out those XPR tokens. They're giving out more Hedera than they do their own token. Let's see, portfolio stake. Okay, so did they add another coin? Okay, well, they added Solana. We talked about that. They haven't added another coin since I've been watching. But look, so the amount of XPR they give out 0.06 XPR. Even though it has like 2.4% APY, they give out more. Well, they give out less Ripple, but they give out more Stellar, and they also give out more Cardano. They also give out more Hedera than that, right? So to me, that's almost telling me that they think that their coin is going to be very, very valuable. So they don't give out too much of it with their staking. That's just one of the things I noticed there. Would you say Zebec is the most compliant of the ISO tokens incoming? at this point, I would say that just from the news that they've told us, at this point, officially, strongholds and XPR are more compliant at this point. I think strongholds are already done the MiCA, the SOC2, the FCA, the ISO. They've already done it. So has XPR. So, this is not financial advice, and nor is this FUD to Zebec. I'm just answering your question honestly there. But I honestly think it's just a formality as far as Zebec goes, as far as the FCA and the ISO 20022. Because we already know they have WageLink, and we already know they have Science Card. So they're in these places already doing stuff where you would think it would require the FCA approval. They're doing WageLink, which you think would require ISO 222, but they're already doing it. So honestly, if we just take what they say as their word, then Stronghold and XPR and the Metallicus platform would be more compliant at this time. But again, I think it's only a formality that Zebec gets there. My financial advice: love Pete Rose, yes indeed. Casper and Zebec, for me, is Zebec, and it's not even close. Casper, I think they have a future, but I don't even know. Did they get the smart contracts going? It's one of those things that's going to be a long-term play. If you're mining Casper, I think you have nothing to worry about. It's going to be one of those long-term deals. The whole combining of a DAG and a blockchain is a block DAG. I think it's going to be a long-term, really good play. But right now, by a mile, Zebec, right now, by a mile. And I got some Casper put away somewhere. How much Casper do I have put away? I got a little bit put away, just a little bit. The end of October is approaching. Any news on the Zebec Super App release? Oh, I think we get that pretty soon, especially with the NBA stuff coming. They told us, like one guy told us that the NBA stuff was supposed to come on the 25th, and we didn't. We got some stuff from Uphold, but we didn't quite get anything about if Zebec was doing sports betting. They kind of seemed to push that back a little bit on us. Where if you go look at Zebec here, they told us, well, the first thing we're gonna have it on is the 10th. So, that was according to them. The first game they're working is Monday, November 10th, which is going to be very interesting. November is the 11th month. So November 10th, that would kind of be like 3 there if you kind of added those together, 11, 10. And then 10 has been a big thing this whole year. 10 kind of, and the 8, which you can kind of think of the 8 as the Ouroboros, the beginning and the end, like kind of like the end of this old system, monetary system, the beginning of the new one, a 0 and a 1 binary code. You can kind of believe that to be kind of a beginning of the end, as 0 being nothing and 1 being something. And, so kind of interesting to think about there. They're saying they're working the Vegas Golden Knights game and the Panthers and the Bucks and the Mavericks. So it's going to be interesting to see here what happens there. I'm really interested to see if they're going to do like some sports betting within the stadium. If you're, because how if you go to a game, they'll tell you to download this app or to download that or do this, right? And, just get the QR code and do that. It'd be interesting if they allow some sports betting within the park or within these stadiums. If so, that could be the rocket that we need to push this up. Like I was showing you here, right? The stochastic here on the week chart is ready to pop. It's just ready to pop. All it just needs is something to give it a little bitty push. And you can see here, right? November 10th is right at the point of where I drew these blue lines. You can kind of see that, right? November 10th is right at that point. That's pretty interesting. That November 10th is right there at the point that I drew the line here. So saying that, you know, this was kind of artificially brought down to this point because of Dumptober. And coming in November 10th, we actually break right out and over this. Oh, it'll be a glorious thing. But again, it's not something that's like, oh, will it? I don't know. I don't really know. Crypto laws are being changed. Different companies are like creating these ETFs. Litecoin one, Hedera one, XRP one. Like more and more stuff happens every day. We just showed you Citibank and Coinbase. We just showed you who is it? Western Union creating their own stable coin. Like stuff is happening daily, daily, daily. It's just a matter of time, y'all. It's just a matter of time. And again, shout out to Coach Greg Adams again. Do you have the stomach to hold? That's the only thing. That's really the only thing. Do you have the stomach to hold, regardless of what they say about government shutdowns, regardless of what they say about sports betting and NBA people doing whatever they're doing? Do you have the stomach to hold until we actually see the value happen and hit? I do. I do. The writing is just so on the wall. Regardless of how you feel right now, the information is out there that, hey, crypto is happening and it's happening for real. So, you know, and this is not even something that like you have to have faith in. You see it. The information is right there. And there's nothing wrong with faith, right? I'm not dissing faith. I'm just saying that right there, the information is right in front of you. Documented, as Smoke likes to say, right? The information is right there. Like, just do you have the stomach to hold? Let's continue. SHX has the smallest market cap of the ISO, hit $10 in no time. See, that's it for me, Phantom B. That's why I keep telling people about this SHX. This is why I keep giving you guys these videos, and people don't watch the SHX videos as much as they do the Zebec ones. So really, I'm kind of hurting myself and putting the videos out, but I honestly care about y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, SHX is such a bargain out here, people, and Phantom B, that's like one of the comments of the day right there. Very small market cap. Let's go look at market cap of a and just show you just like how it's really, and I think they corrected this with SHX's new tokenomics because they put some coins in escrow, right? It's at 68 million. It's under 100 million market cap right now. If it just got to a billion five, that's 28 cents. Do you understand, guys? Like, that means, like, literally, if you have 4 million SHX, all it would have to do is go from where it is right now to 1.5 billion market cap, and you're a millionaire at 4 million SHX. Understand that, right? And that's just a 22x from now, right? I don't know how much that is in money, right? I don't know how much in money that means you will have to buy right now. It's somewhere near like a little over like 50K or something like that. It's somewhere under that because SHX is sitting at like 1.28 cents or something like that. So it would definitely be a 50K investment, but you would be over a millionaire, right? Now imagine it gets to 5 billion market cap, 92 cents. So that four million stronghold you bought, you'd be near a 4 millionaire, close to that, right? And it's not that much movement, right? Especially considering all the things that SHX does, considering the fact that they thought to take 60 billion of it off the market and put it in escrow, like XRP, right? I'm at one of the best kept secrets out there, guys. Like, or I don't know if it's best kept or worst kept or whatever, but it's definitely a bargain out there that people are missing, right? You know, shout out to Dylan Coles for always sending me and tagging me in SHX info, man. And you know, you're tagging all these other guys who get way more SHX views than I do, but you make sure to include me, man. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Dylan Coles. Let's recognize him as well here. You know, I appreciate people who share information with me. I really do. Shout out to you, Dylan Coles. One of the best follows out here for SHX. And you can see here, man, he reposted the stream. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So, one of the best SHX follows out here, man. Thank you for constantly sharing information with me, brother. I really appreciate it. Woo, you see those reflexes, guys? That light was about to fall, and I just got it, boy. Ooh, reflexes are not dead, bro. Are not dead out here. But yeah, Green Knuckles, appreciate you for sharing information with me, brother. And you can see he already retweeted the stream there, bro. Gotta like that. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you out here. Let's see here. I know I get really excited for reflexes and things like that. You guys got to remember, I had a stroke like 3 years ago. It was so bad, it is absolutely a miracle. I thank God for where I am right now, right? I couldn't use my right hand, bro. Couldn't even button my pants. Like, it was literally that bad. So it's a miracle to have even like those type of reflexes like that, man. After having a stroke like that, you know, every day is a blessing, man. I love it. I love it. Thank God. Thank God. Let's see here. Chainlink or Filecoin? Is this a question? That one guy is up here joking around with me right now. Yeah, definitely Chainlink for sure. Is that one guy is just getting me right there. Is that GT Nuts, by the way? Did you change your name to that one guy? Is there a Seymour out there? Last name exactly, Dave. That's the most Sislak Bart Simpson line right there. Is there a Seymour bots out there? Seymour bots. Oh, kid. Shout out to the Simpsons. Caspa is not it. What does it even do? And see, that's the argument with Caspa. What does it even do? But honestly, when you think about block DAG technology, and this is another one that I've tracked Tim Draper back to, even though like Tim Draper doesn't advertise it. I tracked him back to this one. I don't think they're going through all the problems, all the trouble of mining it, and people don't really talk about it for nothing. Again, I do think Caspa is going to have its day, but again, if you talk about Zebec and all the things that Zebec is doing, and already having a defined use case and all of that, then I see your argument, Ben Chapless. Like, Zebec has a defined use case. SHX has a defined use case. XDC has a defined use case. And maybe I just I used to talk about Caspa a little bit, but maybe I'm just not up on Caspa as much as I need to be. But I think you're right. There's really no defined use case for Caspa other than they say that the tech is good. So, again, that's why I'm kind of looking at, okay, well, Zebec, Stronghold, XPR. Yeah, I know what those use cases are and they make sense to me. So more of my money is there than Caspa, but I do have a little Caspa bag. Root, what is Western Union testing with Ripple and XRP and then choosing to use Solana? What are your thoughts on that? Well, again, it's a multi-chain future. It's not like Western Union is not going to use XPR or XRP. They might choose Solana for whatever they're doing with that, but it's very clear that XRP is still the king out here. I know, Jepat, you're not like a fan of XRP, but it's very clear when you look into David Schwartz and the patents that David Schwartz has and all the different things. We could go on for days about XRP and all the things they have going for it and all the people behind it and all the different things and connections with Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, they've been connected with him for years, at least 8 years. Goes back to his first presidency, to be honest with you, right? And you look about like how connected it is with central banks. Follow people like Smoke, you follow people like Maximus Crypto, and they definitely let you know about that. Coach JV and 3T Warrior Academy. There's just so much information out there about XRP and what it does and how it is doing what it does and how different people are different ETFs. There are already ETFs around the world. I know they're hemming and hawing about the American ones, but they're going to come. And how different banks and different agencies, different hedge funds are putting away and putting their money into XRP. It's just painfully obviously clear for me that XRP is going to be something. People are not putting all this money in it. They're not putting all these they're not creating all these ETFs around the world for nothing, right? Canada already has theirs through another hedge fund. Swift didn't put all his money into ISO 2022 for nothing, right? And then there's the whole thing in encoding of 2022 and the X. We've been over that, how X, definitely check out my Patreon and how we have a video about how X, the money X is inherently related to money, and money is inherently related to sacrifice. Again, someone put up one of these questions, and I'm curious to see what you guys in the crowd think about this, right? What would you say to your 18-year-old self if you only had 3 words? If I only had 3 words to say to my 18-year-old self, and I don't even know if my 18-year-old self would understand this, but I think if I said it to him, he would eventually remember it and it would come back to him. But those 3 words would be money is sacrifice. Money is sacrifice. It is. Hands down, money is sacrifice. You have a salary. If you're a person, even if you're not a person who's hourly, right, or salaried, even if you're just like a YouTuber and you work full-time YouTube, you get paid a salary per hour. Hour of your life force for $35 an hour, for $65 an hour, $70 an hour. So you really have to think about, okay, I worked an hour of my time, right? Time and money intrinsically really related, and sacrifice, right? You literally, quote unquote, basically sacrificed an hour of your time for that money. So if I told that to my 18-year-old self, I think I would have been very, very careful with how I spent my money, what I gave it to, what I decided to use it on, right? And maybe I need to put some stuff up for that. But yeah, like time is money, money is sacrifice. Yeah, but the XRP, yeah, it's definitely going to be something out here. I think a lot of these news things, like, okay, Western Union chose Solana. That doesn't mean they're not choosing XRP, and we know that XRP has ties into Solana and everything that they do. And again, we know, like with Zebec, right? Zebec and Solana and XRP are kind of working together with this, with Zebec. Like right there, you can see the connection. Let me bring this up here, and I know we've shared this like tons of times. You know this Jetpack, but maybe some other people don't. When we look at the investors in Zebec, right? We know that Solana Ventures is an investor in Zebec. We also know that Lightspeed Ventures is an investor in Zebec, and Lightspeed Ventures is also an investor in XRP, right? If you guys want to see the confirmation of that, I'll bring that up. So there's a lot of crossover there. There's a lot of, again, we're in a multi-chain future. And we know that XRP is definitely tied into the central banks. But again, this kind of shows us that there is definitely interplay between these blockchains. If a company that is invested in XRP is also invested in Zebec. So here we go. Lightspeed Ventures here, XRP investors, Lightspeed Ventures here. Also, just to let you know, Coinbase Ventures is an investor in Zebec. Andreessen Horowitz and Digital Currency Group, they're also investors in Coinbase. So indirectly, you could say these are also two XRP investors that are also invested in Zebec, right? Which I just closed that by mistake. We'll bring that back up. But yeah, we also see that Solana is one of their investments as well. And we also know Zebec is highly, highly tied in with Circle, which we can see by Briar Capital. They're a lead investor. They're a heavy investor in Circle. And let me just bring this up for you guys. I knew I was going to need this today. This kind of went quiet. People missed this because during the time people were talking about Circle being bought by Ripple. Maybe that still happens, who knows? But it just says here, Circle USDC is now live on the XRP ledger. So it's already on the XRP ledger, right? And that makes a lot of sense because we already know these guys are kind of partners with Zebec, right? So it's not even a thing. Like we know this. We know these things, right? Hey Rue, how do you transfer XPR to Bitget exchange to WebAuth wallet? It should be very simple. On the WebAuth wallet, you got two different. You can do Ethereum contract, but you can also do an XPR contract for XPR. So you just want to use the Ethereum contract for XPR instead of the XPR contract. You would use the Ethereum one. They also have a Binance one too. So if you look at your WebAuth wallet, which I'm looking at right now, and I tap on XPR network, I tap on receive, and it gives me three addresses for choice: my XPR one, my Ethereum one, and my Binance one. You can pick either one of those. Boozy, Elon Musk with the laugh there. Rue is love from Pinot Q. Appreciate it. I can see when I type comments, but you see it. Uh, what's up? Let's freaking go. What's up, Charlie J in the house? XCL. Rue's a serious mentor for the community. I very much appreciate that. Phil, Umanda, let's go. Let's go from New Zealand. Again, I wanna visit New Zealand. Ever since I saw Yellow Jackets, a lot of the people in the Yellow Jackets TV show are part Maori. So I really want to visit New Zealand and maybe meet some Maori people and learn about the Maori culture. Seems very interesting. And I hope I said that right. It looks like it looks like they're called Maori. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Let's see. Xvid Vision Files. Arcade, don't say nothing, let them witness. Don't sleep on. Okay. What's XCL? I'm not sure what XCL is. Don't sleep on Snips Coin for XPR Networks. Last chance to get the big bags. Yes, indeed. You know, I do have a Snips account. Let me see if I can pull that up right quick. I need to start posting on Snipverse more. I really do. But I do have my Snip assets staked. Allow. Do they have me logged in? If they don't, I'm just gonna log myself in here. Okay, let's see. So yeah, definitely check out Snipverse, guys. It's like it's an alternative like X, if you will. I haven't been on here in a while. Let's see. Okay, people started following me over here. That's cool. So Snipverse, they have it on here where you can share stuff. I need to really need to get on here, bro. So I'm missing out. I could be posting stuff over here. They have where you can stake it. I think I'm staking something right now. Or I am staking. I know I'm staking. Where's the profile? Okay, I don't want to. Let me see. Let me go back here because I don't want to mess around and show some pertinent information. You can see here, I'm staking 1,000,000 snips. I was going to try to do the advanced where you can stake like 10 million or maybe even the Centurion, and they allow you to do different things when you stake it, right? So if you do the advanced, you can add DAO voting, easy access to new features. I already have moderator role with the one I have now. Okay, so with the Centurion, you get free post boosting, free ad creation. I know people are gonna really love this later on, having 100 million snips. It'll be kind of like, you know, what is it like XDC, where people really early on in that network's history ran a node and are really reaping benefits from that. You might want to try to do that with Snipverse, right? Let's see here. On 2023, Proton price glitch to $2,000, also $501. Hey, I love that Pinot Q. I have some Proton. I do have some Proton over here. Snips. Yep, this is Snipverse. What's up, Ali Rhonda? Ali Ali Randall or Randall Ali. Jenny Talia prefers XRP over PNS. What's up, Anthony Hall in the house? Snips will be huge. Delise telling us about Proton through predictive programming. Yes, indeed. With that horse, the Pope's horse. Yep. Shout out to Moonfeather for that information. WebAuth is Snips on there. Yeah, Snips is on WebAuth. And you can go into their decks. You can go into their decks and buy more Snips if you want. Okay, it actually logged me in, so we're gonna opt right out of showing that. Okay, so yeah, you can go on the decks and buy Snips if you want. Snips is a video platform that lets you get paid for your views of shorts videos that's posted 100%. Yep, it's like a Twitch or a Twitter X that monetizes you like right away. That's why staking rewards for XPR Proton are very less. Yes, indeed. Yep. You should kick out this rude, uneducated, uncivilized mutt arcade fan. Hey, if they get out of control, I think E might have already booted him. I don't see any more. He might have already been booted. Okay. Well, I don't see anything too bad from him yet. Yes, I'm familiar with it. 28 speaks about it. Shout out to those guys over there to do what they do at Wealth 28. Those guys, Aqua, and what's his face do? I'm gonna mess up bro's name. Cyprix. Aqua and Cyprix do a really good job, man. Shout out to those brothers. They do a real good job. I hope I wasn't trying to call Cyprix just what's your face like that. I just couldn't remember his name off the top of my head because I interact more with Aqua on X than I do Cypress, which is just how it happened. But shout out to both of those brothers. They do a great job. What value is Metal Blockchain? Just in case. A lot of value. Metal Blockchain is basically going to be the they're going to onboard all the credit unions to ISO 20022. Like, and it's not even close. They're going to onboard every credit union. Let's see if I can bring up something for them, right? And it's like they already know it. They already know that they're going to onboard all the credit unions. It's like check out my last video I did with them. It's like they just know it. So we got Tim Amos right here, Jack Henry. These are huge people right here, right? Tim Amos and their platform T1 and T2. This is basically one of the pieces of software that integrates with the central banks, right? And this is their vendors and integrations. The software that integrates directly with the central banks. And then we got Clover here as well. They already have tons of credit unions, as you can see. Every credit union will eventually use them. Glendale area schools, some credit unions even here in Arizona. Like, this is not the previous administration's crypto environment. This is a brand new day, guys. And it looks like they've added some because it took a longer time for one AZ credit union to get around here. I'm in Arizona, so that one I recognize. So yeah, definitely look into them if you haven't already. What do you guys think of Kita? 10 million TBS. Metal is king. 50K. Blessings, bro. What's up, Black Owl? T 1963 or Blackout T or Blackout 1963. Thanks for coming through again, brother. I remember your name from a few shows. Sub Anthony Hall, of course, remember yours as well. Amanda, Amanda Hucking Kiss. Yep. Bart, classic. John Holmes. Did you hear SHX is going to have a process where you have to change the token? Well, they're doing an upgrade for their Ethereum token, but you do not have to. This is not something where you have to switch over. Sean Bennett made that clear. If we can go look at that, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know. They did a good job of saying that on their X site. Like you do not need to do the switch. Okay. Okay, right here. To be clear, if you're holding SHX on Stellar, there's nothing you need to do. You have the ability to bridge over to Ethereum if you like, but there's no upgrading necessary. So this is directly from him. Sean Bennett, you can tell he's followed by Stronghold Korea, Stronghold Japan, and some other people I follow. I follow. This is his account. So there's nothing you need to do. There's nothing. So just note that there's nothing you need to do there. It's the same token whether you have it in Ethereum or Stellar. There's nothing needed to do there. Metal blockchain has. Yep. Is that the mark of the beast? I mean, I don't know that we truly know exactly what the mark of the beast means, other than like people have said, that you won't be able to make purchases unless you have the mark of the beast type of thing, right? But we do know that eventually, right, we are moving to a world in which if you're not using these stable coins, you probably won't be able to make purchases. Real money, like, or paper money, I should say, is going to phase out. It's going to phase out. It just is. So, mark of the beast type of thing. Maybe there's some truth to that. But either way, we're investors, right? And I'm very clear on what Metallica is going to do for the future of credit unions, and that makes me an investor. I'm really stoked on what they're doing here, and the rest of it, the rest of it, I'm just gonna have to pray and have that worked out with God. But I'm very high on them in the future. Rue, my man, you said ZBCN will reach 20 cents and XPR 33 cents on February 2026. Not financial advice, just my thoughts. It could do that, right? But XPR proton supply is much less than ZBCN, only 28 billion. Please give your thoughts on that. Well, with the sports betting piece, that's why I think ZBCN can reach so high. Because again, remember I was telling you guys about Anton Daniels, right? Where he was saying he literally sees people at the games with two phones, like sports betting, right? Imagine if the sports betting piece and if the Zebec card piece, where university students are using Zebec cards, and they're steady, drinking, they're going out partying, they're buying books, and they're just consuming, which university students do, right? I could see Zebec's buyback really accelerating it to being a very, very, very valuable coin. Now, I'm not sure how XPR works with the buyback and stuff like that, but with Zebec, I think there's a big, big potential there as far as the buyback is concerned. Rue, if you made 5x on XRP, would you reinvest in SHX? Well, see, that's the tough part, in which we know that things like strong or flare are being created, and you're already seeing all these restaking type of things that are popping up for XRP, like they popped up for Ethereum, right? So XRP is one of those things where they kind of want you to hold on to it for a long time and get really paid by just staking it. So it's a hard pressed thing. Like here, you can see they did this, which I probably want to do a video on this pretty soon here. They gave us some information on what was going on here with Flare. But it's such a hard question. It does seem like pound for pound, value for value right now, that Stronghold might be the better buy, but I'd be hard pressed to tell anyone to sell XRP at this point. I really think we're on a precipice of XRP kind of really breaking out with all of these ETFs and all of the things coming on with that SPAC that's going to be purchasing a lot of XRP coming up. So honestly, for me, I have what I have in SHX, and I am looking to buy some more here in the little dip that it recently went in, which is a tiny, tiny little dip under the 0.123 area, or the 0.13 area. So you can see it looks like it's rounding its way back up here. I really do want to buy some more SHX, but we'll see. We'll see here. But yeah, you have to make that decision for yourself, man. I really can't say. I really can't say, but I do want to get some more. Marshall Hayner is a genius. Yeah, 100%. They're talking about Proton and Metal blockchain since decades. Remember Katy Perry's song Dark Horse? Yes, indeed. I think Hayner is a genius. And bro, he likes my posts when I post them about Metallicus, which is really cool, man. For him to like somebody. I have a small little following as compared to other people. Man, that's cool, man. It seems like he values the community as the people in XPR or ZBCN do as well. Simon followed me as well. That's very cool, very awesome. Yeah, I think a lot about Marshall Hayner. I think really highly of him. It really does seem like he wants to make a difference with his coin. And he definitely seems to be making a difference with these credit unions, and to, like, with all of these guys out here that have created different crypto agencies and crypto platforms. Bro worked his tail off for Metallicus, and I really respect him. I really respect him a ton. Face facts, stay single. Face facts with the free agent lifestyle post right here. Shout out again to Coach Greg Adams. Don't forget Constellation DAG, huge potential. Hey, I'm a free agent out here, bro. I'm a free agent out here, face facts. I know what you mean. Maximus. Oh, come on. Wait, what is this? I don't know if you're talking about my boy Maximus Crypto, but no Max slander here. I'm a big fan of Maximus Crypto, so let's not. I want to ban you, but no no disrespect to my buddy there at all. So yeah, Maximus Crypto, very, very knowledgeable guy. One of the paramount, or one of the foremost guys on Jasmy. When I want my Jasmy content, I go to Max and Crypto Future there. Yeah, no disrespect to Max on this channel at all. Or definitely have to give you the boot, bro. Like, let's just not do that. We sacrifice our time, money, now to change my money for financial freedom. Loan protocol, yes indeed. What's up, new Manlord? Red Belly, I gotta look into Red Belly. Our guy Crypto Crossroads is looking into that. Australian government invested in Red Belly. Ethereum fees are ridiculous. Casper will solve this. Okay, yes indeed. 50 cal XRP, bro. I'm feeling bullish. Let's go. XDC, indeed. Haka song and dance is annoying as F. And the Mari feel entitled to do it anywhere, anytime. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think that Maori. I just want to learn more about their culture, bro. I don't know. I never been to Australia. I don't know if I can't get into the politics of that. I don't know, bro. I just thought it was interesting their culture when I was looking at Yellow Jackets, the TV show. A lot of the people on there are Maori, so yeah. But I don't know anything about how Australians and Maori, how they deal with each other and how that goes for them guys. Anthony Hall, I don't know if you're Australian, but yeah. What's up, OG Crypto? XPX series chain has caught my eye. MetalX lending is a blessing, yes indeed. Why would I be booted? I'm in Zebec. No booting. Unless you're gonna disrespect any of my friends here. What's your thoughts on SHX and Velo? I like them, Craig Berg. I like them a lot. Patience fam, our time is coming. A little bit of precious metals in your portfolio for long-term play is good too. Me, Sofa King, we Todd did. Mike, Burger. Wait, I can't see that. Burger Smile. I can't tell what that is. OG Crypto. We can't use Metal Pay in New York, which is terrible. What's up, Proud for Puerto Rico? XRP. Shout out to Puerto Ricans in here. Shout out to Moonfeather. She's Puerto Rican, and so is my boy One on One Media. You guys can see them in my future channels. Ruel, if paper money faces out, we're screwed. If the lights go off, we need continuity of commerce. Paper money must be kept as a redundancy measure in case EMPs and all of that stuff. Well, you know, honestly, I don't know that if you get into the whole history of money with the Templars and all of that stuff, and like the true history of like how paper money came into existence, it's really, I think, skill trades, right? Where paper money is one thing, coins and gold and trading wares or trading a valuable coin for something is another. When we're talking about paper money doesn't have any value unless you back it by something. So unless you're talking about using coin, which the original purpose for coin was to actually have the coin be worth like silver, right? Like a silver coin or a gold coin. the coin actually has its value in it because the value is in the precious metal. That's one thing, but then it's another to have just paper money. So I guess my point there is being, I think coins with actual value in the metal is necessary, but paper money is almost worthless, bro. It's just like when you go to the whole fractional reserve thing, this is how the Templars got paper money through. Because they're like, hey, just take this little writ, and instead of traveling with your precious metal, your gold and your silver coins, it's unsafe to do that on the road. If you go over to our bank or our Templar place on the other side, in the other city, this little writ of piece of paper is just as good as your silver and gold. And okay, they're like, oh, well, I guess you're right. And I don't have to worry about getting robbed. Well, some people did that, and who knows if something happened to them and on the road and they never got their money back or whatever, right? Who knows, right? But if you get where I'm going with that. But what the Templars found out is, hey, only about 30% of people come back for their money. However, that happened. But now, just by being the bank, we can keep their gold and just give them these pieces of paper. like so like research the history of money if you can actually find a book that gives you the proper history on it. It's very interesting to look into. What's up, Nezoni in here? The Nezoni. Appreciate it, brother. Maximus the Great. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And if the government screws us over and shuts down the grid, well, again, I think it'd be more like a skill trades, or if we can get actually back to a point where people are holding like gold and silver, and that gold and silver was actually worth, what we paid about, was actually worth what it was minted. Because like our coins today, they're like basically junk metal. They're not really worth anything. They haven't been for a while because they put junk metal in it. Maybe if we got back to the times where copper was copper and nickel was nickel, and we actually had silver, and we were distributing that in the coin where the coin was worth something, then I would totally agree with you. But this paper money, it has no value. Like there's no reserve value for it. Like especially our green dollars right now, there's zero value in it other than like what America thinks, the country America, right? But there are no reserves for it, apparently. Even though they say Fort Knox is where we keep the gold and all of that, supposedly. I think legally the banks don't have to have any gold in reserve for the dollars they have currently, right? And that law has changed over time. But since Trump like changed it not too long ago, banks don't even have to have a reserve in gold for the money. So the money, green dollars are worthless. Like that's what I'm saying. Like in crypto, like honestly, crypto has like way more value than green dollars. So it's so funny when I see people talk about crypto in a negative light. It's like, then you honestly don't know how much your dollar is. You honestly don't understand that your dollar is worth nothing. And as companies are hoarding, right, the cryptocurrency, you're still thinking that the crypto. I'm sorry. I should rephrase this. As companies are hoarding blockchain, all right, you still believe in crypto as the meme coin type of deal, but these companies are hoarding and putting away more and more blockchain currencies, more and more distributed ledger technology currencies. while your dollar loses more and more and more value. Like the writing is so clearly on the wall for to me, right? Now, maybe at some point, like you'll see like how what's their face? What's the name of that cryptocurrency? Tectum, where they're trying to do stuff where they're issuing dollars like almost digital paper money that's backed by certain digital assets. Like I can see that coming, right? Where maybe we issue some type of paper backed on digital assets. But the moment this moment in time, the dollar isn't really backed up by anything. Sadly, right? And it keeps losing and losing value. And meanwhile, these companies are converting their dollars into cryptocurrency. I mean, isn't the writing just kind of really on the wall there? Looking at this, looking at what Smoke showed us, where Valor and the company, the the hedge fund Valor is creating XDC and XRP staking ETFs. The writing's on the wall to me there with that stuff. Let me bring that up from Smoke. Smoke, just such a good following. HBAR and NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been going up lately a lot. But where did he do that? Valor. Yep, today marks history as HBAR becomes the third ever crypto ETF to launch after Bitcoin and Ethereum. Litecoin too. HBAR staking goes live on Swiss Exchange with regulated ETP. So apparently they're going live on more than okay, well, yeah, that one's from July 30th. Valor again. Okay, here we go with this one. XRP and XDC staking. So it's really to the point where digital assets are kind of outpacing physical ones, to be honest. And that also has kind of a biblical tune to it. Shout out to Brunswick. You know who you are, Brunswick. Me and Brunswick, we talk about this from time to time. There is like a Bible verse where they say that one day people will be throwing like gold and silver in the streets like it's worthless, right? Could that be the day where digital assets just outpace gold and silver? I know that sounds almost blasphemous, right? But apparently this is a Bible verse. I can't remember when me and Brunswick were talking about it. It was a while ago, so I don't remember the Bible verse. But feel free to try to look that up and fact check me on that. But apparently there is a Bible verse that says that one day gold and silver will be worthless. Will that day mean that digital assets outpace gold and silver at that point? I don't know. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yep. Shout out to Maximus, man. I'm too old to go back to work. I feel at this point, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Shout out to Max over the years. The man stays true to the projects he believes in 100%. Shout out to Max for sure, guys. Florida go backs in. Here you go. History of Money series. Okay, I don't know which series you're sharing there. And I hate to suggest one to you guys because the History of Money series that I read, the the person's no longer with us. So I think we should share the person I read behind Patreon walls because of stuff. We'll just put it like that, because of stuff. Paper money could be backed by locked up crypto. Yes, indeed. See, yep. Shout out to you, Mike. Shout out to you, Elon Musk out here. Our money is backed by fairy dust and military since 1971. Star that comment. That is exactly it. Our money is basically backed by our military and fairy dust at that point. Shout out to you, bro. Hilarious, Mike. I love it, brother. Basil. Yep, Basil. As of July 1st, 2026, gold and silver will be legal tender again. Okay, gotcha. Everyone have a great night. Bedtime, yes, indeed. Mr. Baby Bears, great info. OG Crypto, yep. So basically, we're turning back to a time where, because honestly, these tariffs, right, that Trump is doing, tariffs used to be the way that they did this before central banks existed. The whole tariff system was how they kind of got taxes and things done before the central banks and before kind of like, before the central banks, right? People think that central banks have been around forever, but no, they haven't. They really have only been around for the last, I think, like 200 years, if that. Before central banks, we used the tariff system. So it's interesting to study the history of money because you really understand that, like, the whole thing with the deficit and things like that, this is not the way that it's always been, right? And then you kind of understand who the Fed is and things like that, and you get a whole new perspective on things. It's very interesting if you study the history of money. Like I it's things that I don't really want to get into on here, but it's a conversation. It's definitely a conversation for Patreon. If you guys are in Patreon and you guys want to have a true, honest, free-flowing conversation about the history of money, let's definitely have that on the Patreon. But it's not necessarily a topic for right here. What price is ZBCN going to go to this cycle? Depends on when you think the cycle is ending. If you think the cycle is ending in 2026, I could definitely see 20 to 30 cents this cycle, saying that the cycle ends in 2026. Institutions are trying to buy up as much as top cryptocurrencies as possible to form treasuries. Look at the top. Yep. Star that comment. E. That's a great one. E coming with the fire tonight, bro. Let's go. And yes, I realize that Ruel to say gold and silver, diamonds. Yes, you're right. Yes, indeed. And diamonds, I'm not sure about diamonds value. I know Monty Metzger of LCX will probably kill me for saying that, right? Or not literally kill me. I'm just like kind of, being over the top with that. But ever since they have the lab grown diamonds, I question like how that's gonna like affect real diamonds value. But of course, LCX is also about to get into tokenizing silver and gold and platinum. So, I'm not really bad mouthing LCX by saying that in their diamond product, their tokenized diamond product. But since you can kind of lab grow diamonds now, I question how long value diamonds are going to have right in the future. What's up, Jose Rica? What's up, Ruel? Battle Rap Junkie. Okay, Battle Rap Junkie found it for me. And shout out to my friend Brunswick, man. They will throw their silver into the streets, and their gold will be treated like as a thing that is unclean. Ezekiel 7:19. Okay. All right. He found it for me right there. Ezekiel 7:19. They will throw their silver into the streets, and their gold will be treated as a thing unclean. Wow. It's even more impact. And I read this when, and me and my friend Brunswick, we were talking about this junk, but it hits so heavy when you put it in there in the chat, and we think about how all this crypto is being scooped up by all these institutions. It just hits real heavy after the conversation we had tonight. Thank you for that battle rap junkie. I really appreciate that. It really colors our conversation here. Bro, how do I get ZBCN on Decent? I don't know how the whole thing works when putting it onto the Solana network. I'm so confused. So it's basically like you got to put a little bit of Solana on there. So like anything that you put on there, you have to kind of have like a little bit of gas for that network. So basically what you will want to do is send a little Solana to your DCENT wallet. And then once you got the Solana on there, you can send ZBCN there too. But also, if you wanted to, you could just send Solana over there, a lot of Solana, and then swap Solana to ZBCN on your wallet. So it's either way. Rome was the greatest nation in the world and did the same thing with their money the U.S. is doing right now. You know, we could get into a whole big debate about that. See, these are the type of things we need to talk about on open mic night, right? Because I don't want to get into it. I'm not going to get into it because there's a lot of belief that the Roman nation never got destroyed. It just became something else. Okay. I'm not going to get into it on this channel because really it's a conversation for behind it's not a conversation for this network, really. It's not a conversation for Blackrue Investing, but we could talk about it behind Patreon walls. Rome never got destroyed, really. It changed into something else. But you know, and this is because I study a lot of different history. I know this, and I can show you a whole bunch of different things on why this is what it is, and I can point to a lot of things to historically kind of point to that, but it's not a conversation for here. They're talking about all the wealth though. Wealth will be worth nothing in the end when it's all said and done. It'll not get you through the pearly gates. Well, could they be talking about that? And I know the whole thing about a rich man and the stuff like that. It's hard to say what's a parable, what's a lesson, and what's not. But it's interesting when you think about it, right? That could gold and silver be that? And they say that there's a lot of alchemical uses for gold and silver too, right? So that's kind of why they're precious metals, so to speak, right? So even if people were to throw gold and silver down like something that wasn't used or something that wasn't, that they didn't care about, there would probably still be alchemical uses for gold and silver. But the thing that's really telling about this verse is that you wouldn't want it. It's like that, like it's like something that's unclean. Like it's a perfect verse. This translation is perfect. Like, can you imagine someone throwing something, a perfect piece of gold on the ground like it's something that's unclean? Like, I couldn't even, like, what would even be the thought of that? Like, what could I analogize like that? Like, imagine somebody just having a hamburger and just being like, the next second somebody says, well, beef causes cancer, and they just threw down a perfectly good hamburger. But I don't know. I can't even give a good analogy for that. Like it would almost be tantamount to somebody having like $1,000 bill in their hand, and they're just looking at it like, $1,000 bill, oh, like no, like give me that 0.05% of an, give me an XRP. I don't need this dirty $1,000 bill. Yuck. Why do I need this? Give me that. Give me a whole Litecoin. Why would I don't want this gold, silver, what? give me an H bar. Why are you giving me this gold and silver for? This is worthless. This is ugh. like it's literally something unclean for like cryptocurrency. That's an interesting thought there. They shall cast the silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. Well, there's that too. If you completely clear that out, or if you completely read what you said there, I'll share that with everybody. And yes, you definitely believe that there's like I do definitely believe in karma in this world, right? And this is not about religion. This is just like what we can glean from this, right? I'm not I support and I love everybody, but it's just interesting to think about gold being treated as this unclean thing, or casting silver in the street like it's worthless. It's interesting. It's interesting to think about, especially in today's day and age right now, right? Where the dollars are almost worth less. Shout out to Coach JV. The Lord shall not satisfy their souls, neither their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. Yeah, it's a hard pressed thing here, but I'm really to where we are with cryptocurrency right now. I think like 98% of the world is missing that these companies are quietly picking up and storing away the cryptocurrency, and people are still like 5 or 6 years in the past thinking that cryptocurrency is this fool's gold, so to speak, that it's not worth anything. Like, it's crazy to think about. And us in our whole crypto eco bubble, everybody outside of us thinks Donald Trump is doing a terrible job. Yet, I just pointed you to us as cryptocurrency people. Well, we got a 5x on our XRP. Well, we got a 5x on our H bar. And counting, right? And we got on things like Stronghold and different things like that. Certain people have even more of an X, right? So as far as our cryptocurrency bags are going, and cryptocurrency as in general as a industry, he's knocking it out of the park with, so to speak, right? A lot of people thought XRP would be way higher, but still, he's knocking it out of the park as far as like crypto regulations and bringing value to crypto. But none of the world sees it because they're focused on government shutdowns and so many other things, right, involved with the government shutdown, tariffs and stuff like that. Like, but again, this is something where we as crypto investors, we're so far ahead of the rest of the world, right? Right now with this. We're winning. Hands down, we're winning. When it comes to the rest of the world and what we're doing right now with cryptocurrency. All we have to do is be patient, right? All we have to do is be patient. We're going to reap the value of this. We just are, right? And, thank God. To bring it full circle. Thank God that we're in this market right now, where most people are too busy and bothered with everything else to be focused on than to be focused on the crypto market, you know. But honestly, you know, for real though, um, you know, I'm blessed to be in this crypto market, but I do honestly feel badly for people who are like, you know, government workers and can't get paid right now. Yeah, most people you talk to don't know anything about crypto or what it does. 100%. Because people are broke and can't afford to pay attention, let alone invest. It's sad, but I'll make some money off this B system, and when it's time to let go, I'll leave it all behind and depend on the Most High. There you go. Because I mean, like, we didn't make the system, right? We didn't make the system, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to do the best thing we can to put our families forward. And as long as we're not doing anything like um amoral or illegal or anything like that, I'm not. You know, we're doing the best we can to invest, because if you get to a certain point, then it's like, okay, well, the whole system is connected to everything, right? Stocks, crypto, like it's all connected to these big companies. So then if you're going to say it's a B system, then it's all a B system. The money, the stocks, the crypto, you know, the reselling, the wholesaling, the interest, the usury, like where do you stop? Then you're basically an Amish, you know, living in Amish land with no social security number, like, you know, building wood houses or what, you know what I mean? Unless you're willing to go that far and create your own like Amish community where you do skill trades and you don't mess with money, you don't mess with the whole tax system, and you're not messing with electricity. Unless you're willing to go that far, right? You're part of the system. You're a part of the usury. You're part of the interest. You're part of the stock market. You're part of the crypto market. You're part of reselling. You're part of wholesaling. You're part of the hourly wages, the salary wages, the healthcare system, the all of it. And unless you're willing to go be Amish and do skill trades, you're part of the system. And all you can do is try to make the best you can, you know, investing in the system, right? Um, I know we're a little bit off the rails here, but it's an interesting conversation. And I'd like to have more conversations like this with you guys for sure. Um, what up, Rue? What's up, Bugatti? Bugatti 11. What up, Rue? If you need a bodyguard checking these fools, let me know. I'm gonna take care of these lightweights. Let's go. It's all about sacrifice. 100%, Shawnee Sean. Thanks, brother. You know it. Like, so money is sacrifice, and when we say that, again, I got a show on the Patreon. It's like only so far I can go with this on a regular YouTube live stream. That's why I have it in the Patreon. But you could go so deep with how money is sacrificed. But if we just stick on the surface level, hourly wages or salaried wages, you are sacrificing your time, your life force for that money, right? And again, if there's anything I could tell my 18-year-old self, it's like, bro, you're sacrificing your life force for this education to get this money. Don't waste it, because you cannot get that time back. Once it's spent, you cannot get this time back. So be very careful, 18-year-old self, in how you spend your money. Be very careful in how you grow your money. Make sure you grow your money, because you're not going to always be 18. You're not going to always be this spry guy, you know, spending nights up, you know, learning and doing things that you're doing for your finals, okay? At some point, you're going to be 30 and 40 years old out here, and you're going to wish that you had some of that time that you spent for that money back, right? So if I could tell my 18-year-old self money is sacrifice, I might not exactly understand it then, but I tell you, by 21, I'll be like, you know what? Somebody, when they were 18, when I was 18, this dude came up to me and said, money is sacrifice. And I'm starting to get what he was saying, right? I'm starting to get what he's saying. I, I got to figure out ways to make my money work for me because, you know, I'm wasting my money on on this, that, and the other thing and doing all of this other stuff. I can't, I cannot waste that. My time is too precious. My life force is too precious to not invest this money and make this money work for me. You see what I'm saying? Right? If you can tell this to any 18-year-olds in your life, do show them this. Share it with them. Right? And I know we got some 60s people in here, right? And hey, even if you're 60, man, you can make it to like what Al Pacino and De Niro are like 90, 80 out here, right? So, hey, you might be 60, but you might got a good 30 more years going, right? Shout out to Nezoni and crew in here, right? Um, you know, but definitely, if I could say this to my 18-year-old self, and hey, maybe I'm saying this to my 30-year-old self across the screen there, right? Um, you listening? Money is sacrifice. Be very like you can't get that time back. Invest wisely, right? Invest wisely, and I'm very, very happy with where we are right now with this crypto market. And all I have to do is continue to, get ready for this time that's coming. This administration has pushed us like we're like right there. We're only like a few months, maybe weeks away, right? And hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to reap the rewards of the current sacrifice that I made, right? Right? You could be out partying right now, but what are you doing? You're listening to crypto information. So thank you for sacrificing your time with me, but you're also paying yourself by learning about cryptocurrency, right? Ooh, if I could tell my 18-year-old self this, ooh, I wish I could. I wish I could. If I could get in the DeLorean and go back and tell my 18-year-old self this, oh man, do you know how much video games I would not have played and spent that on investing my time in something that will pay me back money? How much BSing, bullshitting, or whatever, right? That I would not have done. It's just money is sacrifice. It is, and it's intrinsically like very much linked with time. It's so linked with time. And if you guys look at some alchemical type of stuff, you'll see Chronos, right? And we know that that's a cryptocurrency, right? Chronos, the god of time, money and time, sacrifice and time. You guys see where I'm going with that, right? Man alive, if I could tell my 18-year-old self that. But here in late 30s, early 40s, I'm very happy with where I am, and I make very, very good use of my money, and I when I do the money and the sacrifice of the time, hey, I like to come on here and share with you guys, and hopefully we grow this channel and do even more sharing, right? But thank you guys so much. Definitely like and subscribe if you haven't, and if you made it to the end, put money is sacrifice in the chat. Money is sacrificed in the chat. And I know you made it to the end of the show. Thanks for your time. Very valuable, even for an old retired vet. It's all right to be 60. It's all about generational wealth. 100%. Appreciate that comment. Would your 18-year-old self listen though? My kids don't. I'm doing it for them and myself also. See, that's exactly what I was thinking, man. But my 18-year-old self probably wouldn't understand it, so I might discard it, but later on I will remember. Cause like, you ever had that feeling, right? And you want to put this in the after the live stream ends, put it in the comments. So yeah, put money is sacrificed in the comments, so that way it'll help spread the video out for more people. You ever had those moments where you know something was important and your brain kind of holds on to it, and then it might be years down the road, but then you're like, you know what? When that dude told me that like 3 years ago, I knew it was something that I needed to hold on to. And that's what he meant when he said that. Like, I cannot tell you how many times like certain things, my mother, God rest her soul, I'm like, oh, that's what she meant when she said that. I was just young and stupid and I didn't realize, right? So yeah, I know what you mean, Ben. I know what you mean. Shout out to my mother. Shout out to mama. Yeah, I think about that sometimes. Certain things like, oh, that's what they meant. Oh, yeah. If I could tell 18-year-old Rue that, man, I'd be a millionaire right now for sure. I would. But I don't know who. I hate when people say this. But I do. But it's important for the moment. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm sure it's gonna reach somebody, and it's definitely gonna make an impact. Because I can feel it. I can feel it right now. I made an impact by saying that, and thank you God for that. So shout out to you guys. Let's have a really good night, and I'm out. Peace.